Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me again for another video. This is all about my winter and spring plans for 2024. So this will take me kind of January, February, March timeframe. So as always, none of these are set in stone. Things will pop in, things will pop out. So keep an eye on my Friday sews to how I'm getting on with each of them. So as always, a huge thank you to everybody who's watched any of my previous videos. So my first Friday sews of 2024 came out a few days ago. So thank you so much for all the love on that. And thank you so much. I really do appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch my videos and to leave a comment. So thank you very, very much. So I hope you're all well. Looking outside in Dublin today, it is a decidedly grey and dreary and drizzly day. So what's perfect for those kind of days is the Soho 7 toaster sweater. I now have two of them. They are fabulous. This one is in a lovely red cable knit jersey, which my husband told me this morning was very festive. So I think he thinks I'm wearing it for Christmas. In my head, I've gone to Valentine's Day. Apologies if you can hear my two boys downstairs playing. So yes, I love the toaster sweater. I think I got this fabric in Ecobee, but I will link below because I know you can definitely get this lovely cable knit in a variety of places. So it's just a great little staple for this time of year. Stand back and just show you here. So yeah, great make and super cozy. Obviously, as always, I'm wearing it with my thermal vest. Right, so shall we get started on my winter and spring plans? I'm super excited about all of these. I have fabric for some of them. For others, I have fabric which I'm almost about to order. So I'll pop in a picture of what it actually looks like. What are they doing downstairs? Anyway, the first on my plans is the Cuddle cardigan, and this is Mizuzu patterns. So I'm relatively new to Mizuzu patterns. I have now made the Christmas tree sweatshirt that I made for Christmas in the beautiful origami, which I loved. And they have really cool aesthetic and very kind of interesting, kind of almost geometric shapes in their patterns, which I think is really cool. So this Cuddle cardigan, it comes as a cardigan and as a sweatshirt. I'm going to make the sweatshirt version. It's just got a really nice neckline at the front, and then it also has a really cool V at the back and a kind of a band that goes across the back, which is really cool. And it's quite short, quite cropped, but I was really taken by it. So in that, I'm going to make it in a kind of a minty colour. So I'll pop in the jersey that I'm going to be ordering here. So I'm going to order, I think it's French terry, and then I'll get matching cuffing. And I think that would be a really nice, get a little bit of a nod towards spring with the colour, but I think it'll look very nice paired with jeans. I have a Brumby skirt that might look nice with as well. So yeah, I think that would be a nice first make. Next up is the heather blazer. So I had this in my plans, I think last year, and I do have fabric for it that I bought when I went to Beyond the Pink Door in May. So you can see how long this has been on my plans, but obviously it's not a very wintry make. So it's this beautiful seersucker fabric. It's kind of grey and white, and some lights it looks navy, some lights it looks black, but I think it's a grey, and it's seersucker fabric. And I would love to make a kind of spring heather blazer from this. I do need to get lining. I think I'd like a very nice light cotton lawn as a lining, not quite sure what colour, but I have made the heather blazer before in a very autumnal version with a beautiful emerald green lining and a lovely tweed that I inherited from my lovely grandmother. But I would love to make a spring version. And thinking about this morning, I think I'll size down. I made my autumnal version in a medium, but I think if you're wearing this for spring and summer, you're not going to have a heavy jumper under it. I think I might size down to a small, so I might have a little think about that. I should say this feather blazer is a Friday Pattern Company pattern, and I have made it before. It's a great make. It's really nice. It's got the full kind of tailoring techniques with the lining and the collar and everything, but it comes together surprisingly quickly, and the instructions are great. And they've got a sew along as well, which always helps. So that's the next thing on my list. The next thing, you know how I love my seasonal makes. We're just coming off the back of Christmas, where I love making all Christmassy stuff. So now we're looming towards Valentine's Day, which I do love. I've always loved Valentine's Day. So, and I've got two little makes that I'd like to get done for that. The first one is, it's a free applique pattern from Waves and Wild. So I'll pop in a picture here. It's basically a half heart that goes on your sleeve and on the side of your jumper, which I think looks really cute. It's probably a kid's pattern, but you can size up. So for this, I'm going to order a lovely pink, is it sweatshirting or no, it's French terry. A pink French terry with matching ribbing, and then I'm going to do the red heart. I've got this little bit of leftover red that I've had from a project ages ago, so I'm going to do the heart in this. I'm not going to do just half a heart in each. I'm going to do a full heart that wraps around, so it does still look like a heart when you're arm isn't down by her side, but I think it'll look really, really cute. And the jumper pattern that I'm going to use for that is my beloved Billy, the Tilly and the Buttons Billy sweatshirt, which is just a fabulous standard sweatshirt pattern. I know it fits me. My pattern is in ribbons because I've made it that much. It's just a great pattern, so I thought that would look really, really cute. I don't really have very many pink things. Pink is kind of edging into my wardrobe, which is very interesting. I never ever had anything before, and now I'm getting a few more bits and pieces, but I think it's a bit of fun. Maybe it was the Barbie movie last year rubbing off on me, I don't know. But anyway, I think that looked very cute. The other little Valentine's Day make is, again, from my one of my Christmas makes, which was my Santa crochet jumper, which I just loved. And it's now gone away for Christmas until next year. However, we can use that kind of base, and I've now gone into my crochet again, and I've started making little hearts. So here's the medium size one, and here's the little mini one. You can make a bigger one, but I think you kind of lose some of the effects. This is a medium and this is a small one. I'll pop in the link below. For anybody who's interested, it's a different crochet heart pattern than I made my hearts from last year. Do I have them? Oh, I do. Hang on. Bear with. I made them into a little garland. So my little hearts from last year. So it's an ever so slightly different pattern, but nonetheless, it's a little heart. So I've gone down a rabbit hole of making these, and I think having these on a little sweatshirt in some kind of way, shape or form would look very, very cute. So watch this space for my Valentine's Day makes. Pop those up there. Next up is the Love Notions Resolution bottoms. So these are great. You can do yoga pants, you can do kind of more leggings, you can do kind of moto leggings which have kind of seams in them, which look very, very interesting. And I was recommended these last year and just never got around to them before Christmas. So I don't have fabric for these just yet. I'm going to have to wait until I find the perfect jersey for them. But I would like to make these straight-legged joggers, I think, is the ones I'd like to make, because if you're at work all day or if you're doing something, you're a little bit more dressed up, you come home, put these on, put on a nice hoodie, you are comfy. So yeah, there are my plans, and I think Love Notion patterns are really, really good. I really do like them, and I have made their shorts and I've made their romper, and I think their block suits me pretty well. So I'm looking forward to getting started on those. Next up is the Nocturne top. So if you watched my Friday sews a few days ago, you'll know that I've made a start on the top with mixed results. So here's the top. It's basically a pajama set. So I wanted to make my own pajamas. I have made kind of jersey pajamas, like I've made the Tilly and the Buttons Juno, that kind of stuff, but I wanted to make a more kind of cottony woven version. And I did have my eye on the Carolyn pajamas. And then with the piping and the buttons and everything, I was like, oh, I don't know. I wear my pajamas going to bed. I don't kind of lounge around in them during the day. So I'd like to get kind of more use out of daytime clothes, as it were. So I found the Nocturne set. It is by So Liberated, because I came across them because a lovely person recommended their Nest sweatshirt, which I made at Christmas, which I love. So the Nocturne set, they come as a set, so a top and bottoms. So I was thinking you can make the bottoms as long leg trousers, you can make them as shorts, and then the top you can do a variety of sleeve lengths, but I quite like the short sleeves, maybe the 3/4, I'm not quite sure. So I did make this as a kind of a toile, and it came out okay, except the sizing came out very, very big. So I do have to make a few little alterations to the pattern. So you can see it's got a double yoke at the front and back, lovely gathering at the front, gathering at the back, and then it's just a little short top. So I got this fabric in the fabric outlet, and I am going to try and make this work, and I do have a bit left, and I'll make this shorts, I think. But the thing that I liked with this pattern is they had it styled with jeans, so you can wear the top just as a normal everyday top, which I was very taken by. So I'll pop in the inspiration picture I saw there. So for that, I have a number of options, and I've got a few viscoses, and they're all going to be intermingled depending on what I actually land on. So I could potentially make it in this beautiful Nerida Hansen fabric that I got from Crafty Studio in this beautiful purple and green. It's a lovely cotton poplin. It's a beautiful weight and beautiful drape to it. So that could be a nice top option. Or this beautiful art gallery rayon that I got from Transform Fabrics. The lovely, lovely, lovely Christine kindly gifted me this, the most beautiful, and I think the drape and movement on this would look perfect as a Nocturne top for just wearing with jeans. I think it would look really, really nice. So that's another option. Then I do have this really fun print, which is giraffes, that I got from Dries and Stoffen, which is kind of a lightest green base with little giraffes, which I think is very cute. So that's another little option I do have for the Nocturne top, because I think it does lend itself nicely to a nice kind of drapey viscose. So we shall see how we get on with those. I think I would like to make a kind of pajama set, but I think if I get the top fitting correctly, I think would be a lovely, lovely staple. You could dress it up going to work. You could wear it, you know, going out as a going out top, as it were. I think it'd look very, very nice. So I have realised that I made a size medium. I think I will size down to a small. I definitely have to take an inch off the sleeves to make short sleeves, and I definitely have to take an inch off the bodice length. So I'm 5'9", but I think I have to shorten that pattern. It did come up quite long and quite roomy and quite kind of voluminous with all the gathers. But yeah, I think it's a really, really pretty pattern, and I'm delighted to find a new pattern company that I haven't really heard of before. Next up is the Heather dress by Sew Over It. So I was very, very lucky late last year that I won one of the prizes on the A Gift to November. So thank you so much to the lovely Alison.Sew.ie and Adam Sews for hosting that fabulous challenge again, all about making your gifts up in November. So I won 3 PDF patterns from Sew Over It. So delighted. So I chose the Heather dress, which I've seen an awful lot but never actually made. It's probably one of their older patterns, and for that I bought this beautiful gorgeous kind of almost royal blue punty from Crafty Studio. And I haven't worked with Ponte in a long time, actually. I do enjoy working with it, lovely and stable. So I would like to make the Heather dress, and this is a beautiful pattern with really interesting, I think it's princess seams and then a pocket. So I do love wearing those kind of sweater dress kind of style things, and this is a little bit more elevated. I think it's really, really nice. And I actually haven't made a sew over pattern in a long time, so I'm kind of keen to see how I get on with them. But I think the Heather dress would look very, very nice in this blue Ponte going to work, and then you could potentially wear that at the weekends as well. So, and I have seen some beautiful versions online of the Heather dress as well, so very excited about getting cracking on that. Also, as part of that bundle, I picked up the hobby bag. So I'll pop in a picture here. Lovely kind of segmented bag that you can make out of canvas. You can keep all your bits and bobs. I'm thinking crochet, I'm thinking knitting, those kind of things, or maybe just as a kind of a desk organizer, it would be lovely. So I would like to get that start as well. I don't have any fabric. I'm hoping to be inspired by some lovely cotton that I can interface to make it a little bit more sturdy, or maybe some canvas that I see. So yeah, I've got my eyes peeled now for something, but I think that would be a lovely little crafty make to take a break maybe from the garment sewing to make a little kind of non-garment crafty make. I think it'd be really nice. The other pattern I got from Sew Over It, actually, that isn't on my plans just yet, is the and the name has completely gone from me. Portia, the Portia dress. Good grief. The Portia dress, that beautiful tie at the front. So I know Alison.Sew.ie and also Tamlin from Sewing on the Tyne did a collaboration where they both made a version, and they're just gorgeous. And only this morning I watched a relatively new YouTube channel actually called Sisters of Stitchcraft. They are fabulous. I'll put their details down below. They only have 1 or 2 vlogs out, so 2 sewing friends, and they are just hilarious. I'm really, really enjoying watching them. So they've both made multiple versions of the Portia dress actually, and they have really interesting ideas in it, and the different fabric they used, and I just love their banter together. It's brilliant. So I'd encourage you to go check out that channel. But they do have a very, very good review of the Portia dress. So I would love to make that in future. Not necessarily the colour blocked version, the plain version, maybe kind of a glittery, glitzy fabric if I have something fancy to go to later in the year. I think it'd be really interesting, and I do love those kind of knot front. For Frocktails last year actually in Dublin, I did that tie front dress, the tilling the buttons, what is wrong with me today? I'll have to pop the name here. I want to call it the June, but it's not the Juno. What is it? The one with the tie at the front. Anyway, so I do love that kind of twist front, just a little bit of extra detail is very nice. So yeah, that's going to be on my plans, but for later in the year. But they were my bundle of 3 patterns, so delighted. So next up is this fabulous knit fabric. So it's a true knit fabric. It's in a beautiful navy colour. And you can see here's the actual knit of it. So it's kind of a cottony fabric, so it would be good for winter and into spring, summer as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. I got this from Transform Fabrics, so really Christine. So I've options for this one, but I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. And this all sprung from a picture that I saw in a magazine. I think I was getting my nails done or getting my hair done or something. I was reading a magazine and I saw a picture of Kate Garraway, which I'll pop in here. She's an English broadcaster and journalist. And she had the most gorgeous outfit on. So she had kind of a slouchy jumper like this, and then she had a skirt with blue tulle and everything. I just thought it was gorgeous, and I thought, right, I'm going to see if I can recreate that. Does anybody else do that? So when Christine had a picture of this on her Instagram account, I got thinking. So I got this, and I have kind of options. So the Max T is by, as I check my notes, Chuck and Notch, and the lovely Sarah from Sarah Style, more on her later, has made a few of these, and I absolutely love them. So you can do it in a kind of a mock neck version. It's sleeveless, but I would add sleeves somehow. I'd take sleeves from somewhere, but I just really like the fit of the neckline, and it's quite cropped, so that would look really, really nice. Or, and it seems to be doing the rounds very frequently recently, is the LB pullover by Paper Theory. So you can make this in a woven and a knit. But I think that again has got the kind of the high neck. I love those. But this one does has long sleeves. So I was thinking I could make that neck just a little bit bigger to fold over, and I could attain that kind of slouchy look with the jumper. So I was thinking I could recreate that as a jumper, which looked very nice, which I could wear with jeans, which I could wear with a lot of things. But then I would like to recreate kind of the skirt and the tulle. So I'm not necessarily sure I'd do the tulle under the skirt. What I was thinking was making a bias cut skirt. So sometimes it's a bit of a brave move to wear a bias cut skirt. I'm not sure can I quite pull it off, but I have found some satin fabric that I'll pop in here, which I think would look very, very nice. And I'm considering doing the Evie pattern from Tessuti Patterns. So I'll pop in a picture here. Beautiful, just standard bias cut skirt, kind of slightly flared out to the bottom. And I think it does have a small elastic channel in the waist. Let's check that. I think it does. But I think those two would look really, really nice together. But then to kind of elevate it even further, what I was thinking of doing the tulle on the outside. So totally inspired by so many pictures I've seen on Pinterest, because I just love scrolling on Pinterest for inspiration. And there was one, and they did a tulle skirt in just kind of a strip with a ribbon at the top. So it's just straight, and then you can just wrap it around you, so you end up with a big bow on the back, which I thought looked really cute. So it means you can wear the tulle over it, you can take it off if it's a bit too extra having a tulle skirt. So I just think that look would look really, really nice. So I've got the navy knit jumper, and then I've got the kind of dark blue satin, and I got a light blue tulle, and I think they'd look pretty cool together. I hope they will anyway. You know, you have these ideas in your head, you're not quite sure will they quite come out as you hope, but you certainly hope they do. So they're my kind of ideas for that, and that's basically where this knit fabric all stemmed from. But I think as a jumper that I can always wear with jeans, it's going to be absolutely perfect. So either the Max T or the LB pullover for this one. The next one is a hoodie for older French seams. So he has requested an orange hoodie. I'm not quite sure where this came from. So I found the Waves and Wild I Can Zip hoodie. So zip down the front, it's got really cool pockets and a hood, and he'd like it in orange. So I found this fabric for him. So I'm keen to get started on that. Waves and Wild patterns are just fabulous. I've made loads for my boys, absolutely loads, like the Eclipse tee, the Lightning leggings, there's a romper, they do mini heydays, just brilliant. So, and the fit is always really, really good, and the instructions are really great as well. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that for him, because he doesn't really request stuff anymore recently. He used to, and he's a bit younger. So now if I can make him an orange hoodie, perfect. So next up is, yes, the fringe dress. So I know this is really, really popular, and I've always seen it, and I've never been quite sure about it, but I think it's time to take the plunge into the fringe dress territory. This is Chock and Notch. I made a Chock and Notch dress last year. I made that beautiful dress with the kind of the waterfall flutters here in this beautiful watercolor fabric that I also got from Christine Transform Fabrics. I'll pop in a picture here because I cannot remember the name of the pattern. I don't know what's happened to me today. So I do enjoy Chock and Notch patterns, and the fringe dress looks really, really great. And I have half an eye into the Stitch Festival, which is the end of March, and obviously I'm going to need to make something for the Stitch Festival. So I'm going Friday and Saturday, in case you didn't know. So I'm kind of thinking I need a few dresses for that weekend, and I think the fringe dress would look great. So the fringe dress, I could do the giraffe that I showed you already, and then I've got a couple more viscoses coming, which I'll pop in here. So I think that would look really nice. It's a lovely, I think I'll do the button placket at the front, and the kind of the dipped hem looks really nice, and the little sleeve tabs I think would look cute. And of course I can always layer it up, long sleeve t-shirt underneath, cardigan over the top. Perfect. So I think the fringe dress is really, really pretty, and it's just been on my mind for a long time. It's been living rent free there for a long, long time, so I'll be keen to actually to delve into that one to see how I get on. The next thing I'd like to make is the Donny shirt. So this again has been doing the rounds, and it looks really nice, kind of a camp collar style, very simple, just kind of shirt, quite cropped. I've heard it doesn't take much fabric, which is always good. And again, that's either going to be the giraffes, it's either going to be the beautiful Nerida Hansen fabric, this one, or else it's going to be this one. So I'm gonna have to decide which pattern is going with which fabric, but I would like to get that started. I think it'll be lovely for kind of spring, summer. I do like wearing those little kind of shirts with jeans and stuff during the summer, I think would look very, very cute. And that is a Friday Pattern Company pattern, which as always is wonderful. Speaking of Friday Pattern Companies, also in my winter plans was my pogonip collaboration with the very lovely Sarah from Sew Sarah Style, and our reveal is going to come to you very, very soon. So I've got mine now just out of shot, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. So that's kind of one of my winter plans that is already done. Tick, tick, tick. The last thing I would like to get done in spring is my Frocktails dress. So I mentioned this as well in Friday Sew, so we're not quite sure when it's on, but I do have an idea in my head, and I do have an idea of fabric. It's definitely going to involve some sort of sequins. I can tell you that for sure. Yes, it is. And there's probably going to be a matching bag. There's going to be matching accessories, the whole 9 yards. You know how it is. So that's going to be part of my plans as well. So they are my winter spring plans. It seems like an awful lot, but we're talking kind of 3 months here. So as you can see, that I've had to kind of restock most of my fabric because I now have one thing left in my set, which is very summery fabric. So I did have to do a bit of a stock take, but see where I am. So I'm very, very happy with all the little bits of piece of fabric I've got now here in front of me. Delighted. So alongside these plans, I will of course be doing my Friday Sews videos to keep you updated every week how I'm getting on, so be sure to check back on those. And I'm sure I'll be dabbling into the quilting side of the world as well. I know the lovely Izzy from Dizzy Quilts and Sews just put out a video last week. She's doing a kind of quilt along kind of thing, which sounds right up my alley, so I'm going to try and follow along with her as well. So of course I will be not overworked, it's a hobby, but everything here, and then the other bits and pieces that kind of end up popping in, don't they, as always. But yeah, always having fun, always love doing my sewing and sharing it with you guys, so thank you very, very much. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I would also love if you'd consider subscribing. If you've made any of these, please let me know how you got on. If you have any tips, any advice, if you have any other ideas for fabric, if you can help me decide on what fabric goes with which item, that would be really, really useful. I might actually start doing the little spinny wheel thing that Carol does from Sew Carol. That's a genius idea. So yeah, I do have lovely, lovely plans, and I cannot wait to get started on them and share them with you guys. So thank you so much. I hope you all have a lovely, lovely week and have some time for some great sewing. And I will talk to you all again very, very soon. Take care. Bye.